Hey everybody, Scroft here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. We're back on Riverbend Springs. It's like episode 5 now of my Let's Play series. And it's progressed quite a bit. Definitely has. Now, let me just get this sorted out, carried on, because I can give you the update. There's a lot to be updated on. It's been nice to just play the game. I mentioned that in the last episode. Instead of going number blind with all my spreadsheets, having a couple days away from that to just, play the game. But we got loads of stones to collect, and I decided, even though I said in the last episode I'm going to roll, I've decided that that's not going to happen this time around. I'm going to properly get through. I'm going to collect them. I'm going to use them. I'm going to make some stuff. I've purchased a few productions, so let me just get the ball rolling with this work and let him carry on, because it got full. Oh, he's doing a turn. He did stop about here, so I don't know where he's going now. I'm sure she'll figure it out. But anyway, let's get updated on what's gone on. Field 8, this one that we're in right now. I mentioned before, this is going to be my new grass field because it's close to the farm. So I purchased this field. I set a worker going to plough it because it did need ploughing, and you can tell it actually looks pretty good. But we got a hell of a lot of stones, and it's all the large ones. So, yeah, we need to pick them up because we're going to use the production that I've purchased right down here. It's actually really close to Field 2 that I own, which is the cement factory. So, I'm going to see what we can do with that. There's also a lime station there, which is really useful because I've been buying big bags of lime and filling them up. But, yeah, that should work a treat. Where has he actually gone? Is he doing the headland again? This is very strange. We don't want you to do the headland, buddy. You've already done the headland. It's a shame you can't tell it to start. I'll tell you what I could do. I could tell it that start with the up and downs. Now it might just carry on. It's weird because it got full, but it's not carried on from where it stopped. It was just sitting in the field costing me money. But anyway, let's carry on with the update. So down in this area here, I've put in a sheep pasture. And the reason for that is we're going to get some wool. And with that wool, we're hopefully going to make rope and maybe fabric and other things like that. And yeah, it's going to be useful because I do want to try and do a few productions. Not loads, because I said on Hootan that I was going to do more productions on that. But I'll see how far I can get with doing both series and all my kind of like information videos. And yeah, you've probably seen the Oxy post yesterday on Facebook. Carmsden is close, and that was amazing news. I got a message from Oxy literally like the day before saying, do you want to test out Carmsden? I was like, yeah, of course. Like, that's just obvious. Yeah, of course I do. So probably around the start of December, I'll be, fingers crossed, if everything works out all right. He's progressed really well with Carmsden, but I should be doing a Let's Play series on Carmsden, doing some testing, and then it's aiming to be sent to Giants in December. Now, they do have a break in December, but fingers crossed, if Giants haven't got loads of things to test, it shouldn't, hopefully take too long. It could be like the start of January, or if we're lucky, it could be sometime in December. But Oxy is aiming to send Carmsden, the FS25 version, to Giants in December. We're pretty much getting to the end of November, so it's very close. So yeah, with me doing that series, which is obviously got to be a priority because it's a UK map, is what I enjoy doing. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to do Hootan, Riverbend, and also, the information videos. So it makes more sense to kind of just do the best I can with what I've got. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but to me, Riverbend Springs is a much better map than Hootan, Pantai. That's my preference. So I thought, why not combine it a bit then? Put a bit of productions into it. We'll do some, arable work, but with that arable work, we'll see if we can make even more money by then putting it into productions and see what happens and just, go with the flow a bit more. Obviously, it'll be a bit like organised chaos, not just random chaos. It will be organised. But we are going to try and, combine a bit of productions with some arable work. I don't know if you've noticed as well, last episode I had a lot of flashing, but now that I'm in October, different weather, I don't know what it is. Like I'm getting, close enough to nothing at the moment when it comes to flashing. But in September, when it got into like the evening, I think I had cloud in the sky then. Something's going on. It's some kind of graphical thing that's triggering the flashing. So I'm hoping Giants know about it. I don't know how to even report that because, I can't really pinpoint why it's happening or how. I mean, I could put a video up and hope that Giants maybe know it, but yeah, let me know if anyone else has been getting it at certain times, because I've noticed sometimes it's there, so other times it's not there. Anyway, let's get back to the update. So I've put in the sheep pasture. We're going to use that to make some productions from the wool. This field came with it, so field 7. Now that field is prepped and ready to go for planting. It wasn't hard. All I had to do, there was no stones in it. It didn't need ploughing. All I had to do was put some lime in it, and then I cultivated the field out. So if we just go back, you can see that it's been mulched, which is lucky. That's also got the mulched on, which is, again, pretty lucky for us. But yeah, all I had to do was cultivate it, so it's gone into the seed bed. I'm quite happy with that. I did originally sort out this area, but then what I've done is I've painted it down, so I've got a bit more extra grass in, just in case I want to place anything down, there's a bit more space. So I painted down, you can see that's why. Originally, when I put the pasture in and did all the field work, I actually had this extra block there to field 7, but I've kind of cut it off now in a straight line. But it still is a decent sized field. So let's just quickly run over to the main farm, give you an update there. That is the field that we've now combined into one big field. We were doing a lot of work in the last episode on that. We combined it, so it's been ploughed fully, collected the stones in it. I even used the worker to collect the stones in field 2 down there, which I did originally say I wasn't going to do, but I decided because I want to try out the cement production facility, I may as well get as much of it as I can, because I don't actually know of any other way to get stones except finding the rocks and breaking them down with the skid steer attachment. But I haven't actually found one rock, like not one. So I don't know where they are, but I've had a good fly around and couldn't see anything. So not entirely sure on that one. So that's pretty much the work that's gone on in the fields. Finished everything to the point where it's ready to start planting in. This one, I'm going to be doing oats in. I've decided that that's the best shot, and I might even turn the oats into oat flour and then see if we can go from that to bread. Field 2 is going to be a cornfield for silage, so that's just going to fill up the silage bunker, which is good news because I have got 40-odd cows and they are consuming quite a bit of feed at the moment. I don't actually think that hay's going to last them out. So the sooner we get that done, the better. We might have to just hope that we can get some grass sorted out, make a bit of hay for them in the meantime. I have got that field at the top, and I haven't sold that grass field yet because, you know, my plan was to sell that when this one's kind of been planted in and ready. So I might get a second cut off that if I'm lucky, but, you know, it's going to be November by the time it's even close to cutting, and we'll have to see what the weather's like and how it turns out. Yeah, fingers crossed and all that. Right, let's talk about productions, because in the last episode I went round and chopped all the trees down as well that you noticed that were like scattered around the farm, and I put them all into this unit, and then I eventually returned some of the lease stuff that I'd got out, like the trailer. I also, the winch, I returned that. Kept the log fork because, you know, I might need it, but what I have done is piled everything up into a neat pile with the help of super strength. I'm going to be fully honest with you there, that was super strength that did that, hence why it looks so good. But yeah, I've chopped them all up. So that's all the little trees that were scattered around that were suitable for chopping that I thought. So we've got, you know, the log pole pines and that the shagbark hickory. And then we've got just one of the aspen, which I thought wasn't too bad. Here, I've placed down all the stones that I've been collecting. So this is what we're going to take in a second. We're going to use a bucket, the small trailer. Just going to go take it down to the production that I've already purchased. And that's pretty much where I'm at. My plan for this episode is to get the ball rolling with that production. I mean, I wanted to, you know, potentially get some of these come out, but you can see it's been a month technically in game. A whole month, and we haven't even produced one pellet yet. That's the problem with these small production units. And I've mentioned it in my information videos that just go with the larger one. And I wish I took my own advice, but I've done it honestly. This is the only reason. I promise you, this is not because I was being lazy. I did this for experimental purposes to showcase why they are useless. Honest. But no, seriously, it's naff, and I'm going to have to move away from it. But we'll see how we get on, I guess. So we'll just, as soon as we get one, as soon as it's basically processed through that 11,961, we'll stop. We'll sell it, because there's just no point. I've also been looking at the comments that I got on yesterday's video, and I saw one comment in particular, which I think it was, I forget your name, I really apologise for this, but I think it was like Just Fish was the person that commented. I've seen you on the channel quite a bit. I know you comment on the farmland as well. I agree with you that this is pointless. I know I've heard other people talk about it. I've never actually physically seen it. It's one of them, do I put all the effort and time into something that I'm not going to get any use out of and it's just for show? I actually think you're right, and I think we scrap it. I think we stop this from actually being built. Don't put anything in, because we're going to have to put, it's not just one phase. So even though it just wants 1 litre at the moment, 1 pallet, sorry. So it's 1,000 litres, 1 pallet of each. So wood beams, planks, and long blanks. Then it wants cement and eventually other stuff, and it's just like, there's no point. Let's just scrap it off. We use this space for something else maybe in the future. And yeah, who knows? We can... I don't know. We can do stuff. I loved the idea when we first heard about them bringing in constructible buildings and sheds and houses. And the houses actually look pretty good because you can go in them. Unlike the houses that they've put on the base game, on the base game maps, which just, again, I mean, I'm starting to say it nearly every episode I do, but just make it make sense, Giants. Why have you put the base game houses we can't enter, but you've allowed us to construct our own that we can enter? Just have these as houses we can also enter. It just makes no sense to me why they've done that. But I'm glad we have the option at least to put our own down that we can build and then enter. So you never know. It might at some point I might be able to remove that. I think it is an option. Let's just have a quick look here. Get my mouse. Yeah, we can. So I can't actually sell it. So I can select it, but I can't remove it. Maybe probably because we've got Grandpa sitting here and everything is fixed to this layout, but I don't know. It would have been nice to place our own down. I mean, we can still do it, but then maybe that's Grandpa's house and we have our own. And we could put it there. There's a really nice silo bin one. So that is something I wouldn't mind building because it's got an interior. It makes more sense. But the sheds are, they're a bit of a letdown, I think. I mean, we've got ones in particular that say that, like, if we go and have a quick look at them on sheds and have a go at the constructible ones. So you've got the houses, like this actually looks pretty good. I think it actually would suit that location there as well. Not a bad house at all. But if we have a look at these sheds, these are the ones that actually aren't too bad because we can get into them. We can park things away. They have a purpose. But they're very standard. Like, we've literally just got this one design. And even though it's not a bad design, it doesn't really go with this farm too much. It can do. It's not horrendous, is it? It will go. It's just there's one design to it, which I just thought was a little bit strange. And they're actually called garages. So, yeah, they aren't like really barns or sheds. It's not like you can build one for bales. These are actually for machines and tools and stuff, which, again, is not bad. Don't mind that. But then if you have a look at, if we go back to... It's not on that. I think it might be on decorations, others. There you go. So down here, these ones. So you've got here small shed, and it needs to be assembled, right? And it can be placed down. It looks like this. But them doors, from what I understand, can't even open. It's just for decoration, so you can't even get into it. And I think one of this here is actually one of these. I don't know which one it is. I'm not entirely sure which one it is yet, but I don't even think we can get into it. I'd have to test it out, but because it even says a purely decorational object, which to me is basically Giants saying, listen, you can't get in it. Now, that one's not too bad. We could place that one down, couldn't we, and then put bales in it. So that's not a bad option. It's only 2,000 right now, but then you've got to take so much stuff to it. Now, this one would be good for like a hay loft or putting hay bales in, but again, if them doors don't open, then it's absolutely pointless. So some of it is a disappointment to me. I just think, they've missed a trick here. You've obviously got the dynamic in place in-game to build these structures. Just make it better. You've even got the productions, the actual ingredients, to form that recipe to build things. So just make it make sense. But anyway, that's my little rant done for this episode. Just got it out of my system. So the plan for this episode is we've got this guy out in the field, this worker, and we want them to finish off the stone collecting so we can plant in grass seeds. That's our end task of this episode. But while we're waiting, because, there's quite a bit of stones there, and it's probably going to fill up again because they're all large stones. Yeah, look, is it 97% already? I mean, I'm not complaining because, the more stones we got, the more productions we can do. But, yeah, it's a difficult one because it stops and then I'm going to have to tell it again to start. And I'm hoping it can carry on this time from where I left it off. Let's see if it was a mistake I did. Because I will just... Yeah, I'll carry it on from there. But let's go and empty this. Good. I'm glad I spotted that then. Yeah, we'll empty this. Bloody hell, it's going slow. It's obviously... It feels the weight. You can see the deformation it's doing because of the weight in that machine. Alright, we'll tip this in the pile. And we're going to take all this as soon as we get this going again. We do want to lease out seeder though. Get some seeds because I don't even think I've got some seeds. I've actually got that Great Plains seeder, so we could use that. That will do the job. There we go. Job done on that one. That's another 2,000. Not bad at all. But yeah, that's got to be the end goal. We've got to plant the grass in, and we'll go have a look at the other grass field. But I'm pretty certain that it's a fair way off. Alright, so if I just place it here, surely it will just carry on. Surely. Please. Yes, it did. No, is it? Okay, I'm very confused. Is it starting from there or? Yes, it is. I wonder why it didn't do the last time then. I'm not sure. God knows, but at least it's going now. We can get the job done. We're collecting these. So we're going to need the little trailer, which is behind the row there. And then, is that the tedder? No, it's the row. And then we'll get the telehandler. In fact, let's use the Challenger. That Great Plains one should plant in grass seeds. I'm pretty certain of it, so we can use that one. We just got to get some seeds for it. But let's get this out of the way, and then we can grab the trailer. But yeah, can't wait for Carmson though. I bet a lot of people are the same. I did share a picture about it yesterday. So, in fact, it's today for me. It's yesterday for you. I'm recording this on the day I shared a picture about it when Oxy made his post. And yeah, the amount of people were like, what, already? It's nice to see when that excitement comes out in players, because I think we all just want a mod map, don't we? You know, I think the race is on to see the first good mod map drop. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good to get on Carmson and do a good Let's Play series on it. And from what I've seen as well, there's a few little changes on it. So we're going to be able to remove. We're going to be able to remove like fences now. It's basically made it like that everything's placeable. So if you want to customize the farm, you can. All the farm buildings can be removed in game. It's going to be cross-play as well. So console players, keep an eye out for that. We're also going to get traffic now on comms, and one thing that wasn't on it before. I mean, mainly because it was so tight, but we are going to get it now, and I think that's because the AI of the traffic's more sophisticated. It can actually move around obstacles, which we didn't have before. So, you know, you've probably seen it at the start when I was doing videos on FS25, how amazed I was that traffic was overtaking me. So, yeah, that's got to be the main reason that we can now have traffic on there. Custom grass textures as well. Even though I've been impressed with some of the grass textures, but I'll go and show you one in a second that's absolutely awful. It is, like, it's awful. Whereas the next grass textures after it are really good. So, let me go show you that, because I was looking at field 11. Look at that. That's the first growth stage after I chopped that grass, and it's just really strange. You know, it almost looks like a crop, not grass. Like with the big gaps in between it. So I don't know if that's like hail damage or something, because it's not very good at all. I'm not sure about that one, I will be honest. But you know, you look at the actual grass texture here, and it looks pretty good. Not bad at all. And the one before it and the one before it also looks good. So that's the only one that I don't like. I just think that's too patchy and looks more like a crop that's growing in its early stages than actually grass that's come back from its cut texture. Because even the cut texture looks better than that. So I'm not sure with that one. It's a bit strange. But I know Oxy's put his own custom grass textures in. He's also put some custom stuff in there that's going to be in Whitcomb Park as well. So it'll be a first time as players having a look at that in-game. So that's going to be good. there's lots of reasons to get excited for Carmson. One, because, we might, and I say might because it's not guaranteed, might be getting to play a mod map that's a British map before the end of the year. I mean, and if not the end of the year, it should be pretty much guaranteed to be January, which is, again, a lot quicker than probably a lot of people expected, including myself. I didn't expect to see a mod map as soon as that, especially a British one, unless it was, a really quick conversion. But very happy to see that. And then you've got, let's be honest, 2025 potentially could be an amazing year for British maps. We've got Oxy's Whitcomb Park that should come out at some point. It won't be the first. I'm going to say it won't be the first 6 months of the year. It should be somewhere in between them last 6 months. Then we've got Lancey Boy, who's working on a UK map that looks really good. I was looking at a picture he shared on Facebook. I think it was actually yesterday or the day before. And that looks really good. Some really nice detail on the sheds and stuff. Nice layout to a farmyard that I saw. And then you've also got the big one, the one that Giants are doing at the end of the year, which could be really good. Definitely interested to see how they do it, because no one's seen a Giants UK map before. How they gonna go about it? Is it is it gonna be true to what we expect to see from a UK map by a modder? Yeah, I'm excited to find out. So that's 3 good maps straight away, and then you've got things like Ballyspring with the Irish scene of modders that do, will probably bring out Ballyspring 2.0 or 3.0, whatever it is, and that's a cracking map worth playing every time. And there's a few other modders. That aren't that are pretty new to it that I've been following on Facebook that are working on maps. So you never know, we might see one of them. But I'm excited for it. And I think as soon as we get a UK map, then I'll feel like FS25 set, because we've got some good script mods already. There's plenty more to come. I think we also need Maze Plus. We need precision farming, GPS. I'd say I want VCA. I also want course play, auto drive. Them kind of mods. And I think at that point then we're sorted. Right, so that should be the tip trigger for this. Let's dump these stones in. I actually got quite a lot of these. I'm quite happy. That's probably the most stones I've ever collected. But let's put them all in there. I have bought a few productions as well. I should have told you this. I actually skimmed past this, but I bought a few just in preparation. I did have quite a bit of money, so decided to use some of it. Obviously bought them 2 fields. We're going to sell one and get some of that money back, but I thought I'd buy some productions. So I've gone with the cement factory. Gone with the grain mill because we're going to be making oats. I'm going to turn that into flour. And the reason I've gone for oats, because if you look, it's 15 to 15, and oats is actually a good price as well. So even though the yield's a little bit down on barley and wheat, 15 to 15 is much better than 30 to 22, and also 5 to 4. So I just thought, whatever I pick up is what I'm going to pick up in flour, which is going to increase my price. Let's have a quick look at we'll go to flour first. So, 1,500 is a peak. And if we have a look at oats, 1,159. So, we're increasing it. We could even swath the oats, and then, we're going to get a 25% increase in our yield, and straw as well. And then that's even more to turn into oat flour. And then with the oat flour, we can go to make bread if we wanted to, which would then increase it to 3,000, 3,500. I need to buy the production for that. So the bakery, 90 flour to 45, so it pretty much halves it. Which isn't bad still. I mean, depends on what we get. We're increasing it to $3,500, so we should see something back for that. But that's long term. That's where we're going to go. But oil mill as well, because that other field I'm thinking of either growing canola, even though it's a really shocking crop, I want to test out if it's because it's made from making vegetable oil, because it is pretty much a crop that's made for that. So I thought, with it being low on the list when I was doing my testing, right at the bottom, in fact, what if we just do canola, test it out, turn it into vegetable oil. 20 to 10 on that. Olive is 25 to 10, so far it's the best one. Rice is much better though, 12 to 10. And then we've got 20 to 10 on sunflower oil. So really, unless surely canola oil or vegetable oil can't be as high in price as sunflower oil, because in the supermarkets it's the other way around. Let's have a look at that. So sunflower oil is 3844, and if we go to canola oil, 3844. Yeah, so sunflower is actually better to do because I'm going to get a higher yield, I think. I'd have to check that now. Let me just quickly check my numbers. I've got them on hand. Then I can bring them up in my video for you as well, so you can see the yield I got. All from the same size field as well, this is. So you know whatever I end up doing, it's always going to be, yeah, I get more of the other. Now, because at the end of the day, we want to try and maximize the amount of oil we get at the end, because that's where the income is going to come. So if I've either got two options here, I've got canola or sunflower. So with canola in the field I tested, I got 7,185 litres. With sunflowers, I got 6,473. So I actually got more canola. So I'm going to make less oil with sunflower oil, but the price is higher. So again, it's a strange one. It makes me think that I should halve the field. It's difficult to find out. I'd have to do some testing on the production side of things, which is where, probably going to be the last one that I do. But I think I'll go with canola. I think I'll test canola out in that field. That's got to be the best aim. Let me go back to the productions anyway, just quickly. So sawmill you've already seen. Oil mill I've purchased. Grain mill and cement factory. Yes, we're going to move on to other things like with the wool. We're going to try and make rope. There's also fabric, because what I was thinking is we have got this wagon builder. And we can do the logs. We can make rope and fabric from the sheep and the wool that we get. We might even be able to make a wagon. I mean, it's a lot of product, but it's not horrendous, is it? That it's only 2 pallets of fabric and 1 pallet of rope and 9 pallets of the log of the long planks, really. And if we have a look at the prices for the wagon, which should be down at the bottom, it's not anywhere. So do we just sell it direct? That is a weird one. I mean, I was hoping we could attach to that wagon, but I doubt we can. I mean, I'm a fool for thinking we can, to be honest. But surely we can do something with it. Surely it's not just for show. I mean, come on, Giants, come on. So you can make one wagon, but it's not in the menu to sell. So I imagine we just sell it, because it's not like you can see piano either. And I know you can do pianos. So yeah, it looks like it's just like pianos. That is a shame. But we can still try it out. I mean, it'll have some kind of animations going on. But anyway, let's do some... I don't know, we'll figure it out. Let's do something. Got a lot more production. The recipe here and the cycle. So that's one cycle. Surely that's one cycle. So we can do 6.5 cycles. I'm just trying to think what we could do. I mean, cement bricks, bags. Do you know what? I'm just going to activate them all, and then we're going to have to take stones. I want at least 1 pallet of each. That's the aim. But we need so many stones. I don't know how you can get that many stones unless you buy them. I mean, I could go and see that. Wait a minute, what am I doing here? There we go. I could go and see if I can buy some, because I know we're producing some right now from the worker in the field. But there is a wholesale market. I might go there and just see if I can fill up the trailer with stones again and just take some more in. Not ideal, because you want to, get them yourself, but I can't find any stones anywhere. Like, there's some at the side there, but I don't believe they're the ones that we can actually break down. But anyway, the only one we found out. Do some testing. So let's go figure this out. Right, so it looks like he's carrying on, but I actually don't know if this field is done. It looks like it's done. Yeah, absolutely no stones. So let's save a bit of money and say, whoa, stop. Thank you very much. But we do not need you to carry on and waste any more cash, please. Right, we are going to go and see if I can buy some stones. I'm going to take 1 more trailer load. I'll drop these off in the normal spot. I'll keep the stone picker on lease for now, just in case. But our aim is to get the seeds. and get these seeds planted in for the grass. So let's just drop this off here. I mean, 979 isn't too bad. It's just the fact that we need a lot more, don't we? We're going to, I'd say for me to get enough of everything, I would like about maybe 20,000 litres of stones in there. Can I just squeeze through there? Can do. Going to regret putting that there because, yeah, we might need to fuel up, but we can still get to it. Right, let's just see if there's any seeds in this. There's loads of seeds in this, so we don't need to buy any seeds. We're pretty much just set up to go. And if we just leave it there, get back to our challenger, we can go and, yeah, get this sorted out. But I think that's everything on these fields now. All my arable fields and my grass fields are set. This is one that's going to be for corn. This one is going to be for oats. That one's going to be for canola. And this one's going to be my grass field. And they're all set, really. They just need a bit of fur, maybe a bit of... I think the majority of them, except the canola fields, have been ploughed, so we won't even get weeds. So, yeah, it looks like I've got a pretty good head start. I've got 2 that are mulched. A third of the big field that's mulched. The cornfield isn't mulched, so... But at least we're not going to have to worry about weeds, and we should have some good crops going. Right, so wholesale is, if I remember... Whereabouts is that now? Right, let me just pull over here. Because I know there's a big wholesale factory. So there is, yeah, this warehouse here. That's where we want to go. Because we can pick up stuff. There we go. I do like that now. That is much better than what it was before, when there was just like a green... kind of like beam above the location. It now shows you on pretty much ground level where it is. And let's go this way. And yeah, it shows you the distance as well. Right, so we'll do a loop and see if we can figure out where this tip trigger is. We can definitely buy from it. So there's one here, which isn't one. That must be to tip. If we're selling, because you can see they sell and buy. We want to buy. It might be one of them ones where it doesn't actually tip into your trailer. Which is going to be a shame. It's going to be a shame. It might just sell like pallets. Yeah, you can see it sells pallets. Because we want some stones, and I've got a feeling there's not going to be any stones. But at least it gives you all this stuff. So if you want to, you know, get some... Say you've got a recipe for cake, for example, and you're missing eggs. I'm sure you can come here and buy some eggs. Well, that's what we want. We want to do some rope, goat's milk. There's loads of things. But have they got... No, they haven't. That is a shame. That is a shame. I just expected for some reason them to have one that could just tip in. They've got this one here, which I don't actually know what it does, and then that one as well. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. We're going to have to make do with what we've got. So we've got the warehouse, which is a shop, so that's where we buy stuff from. And then you've got a warehouse here, this one, which is a tip station, so that must be where we sell. But what are the ones in that section then? What are these ones? I'm not sure. Let's get that sorted out. We don't want this anymore. We've decided that, yeah, you can see as well, it's pretty much one of the ones where we're not going to be able to get into it. So let's get rid of that. There we go. We freed up some space. I'm sure we can find something to put there. But let's go out and get these seeds in the ground. I mean, I could probably pick up a bigger seeder, really, but this will do the job. Be a nice, steady job for me. It's a big field, though, so it is going to take a bit of time. And I'm probably going to regret not getting a seeder for this.
Come dance in my glow. numbers don't stop.
Right, welcome back everybody. It is now November, so I've skipped to the next day. And you can see that the grass is growing. It's that awful bloody texture though. Or it looks really weird, but it's growing and that's the main thing. And you can see we're already at a yield bonus of 90% and fully fertilised as well. So I think the only thing, I actually don't know what we're missing because I've rolled it. I actually did that in between me sleeping. I actually got a roller and everything. It's out the back. And yeah, rolled this field. It's also been mulched. It's been ploughed. It's had lime. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure why I'm 10% down on that one, I'll be honest. But it's still a good yield. 90% is. Let's have a quick look at the rest of the fields just to make sure nothing's surprised us. Yeah, we've got weeds in this, which I expected because this is the one that didn't need ploughing. So yeah, we've got some weeds. They do look a bit ugly. That's the red beets that's needed harvesting for a bit. You can see that everything's starting to look dry now. We're in the proper autumn months. These fields are fine. Dogs out in the field though, probably trying to find weeds. You won't find any, pal. We've ploughed this whole field. But that's not too bad. Let's have a look to see how much stuff we've got. Eggs aren't doing too bad. We're nearly getting to our first IBC. Cows I feel sorry for because, I mean, that grass isn't that good, I'll be honest. They have still got a bit of food though, only 1,000 litres, so I'm going to have to throw a few bales in, but I'll get that sorted out. But let's have a look at over here to see if we've got any. Yes, we have. We've finally got a few productions popping out. So we've got some long planks and we've got some planks, and I imagine, yeah, the wood beams is getting close, but it's slowly getting through. We've even got 2 pallets of saplings. Rice saplings, which we're not probably going to do, to be honest. I don't know why I put that there. But we can always go sell them, I imagine. All right, let's go and have a look then. One last thing over at this place and see if we've got anything coming out of here. Yeah, it's missing materials. So you can see that we're not even at 1, are we yet? Which is not good. Let's stop these. We need to buy some stones. We've got to find a way of getting stones. I tell you what, comment section, I'm going to seek help now from everybody watching the video. What's the best way to get stones except the obvious, which is obviously working on fields and stone collecting, because we did get quite a bit there. And yeah, I know I've got that small amount remaining, but that's not going to be enough. And I basically want a pallet of each of these, so there's got to be another way, surely. Another way to get stones. I feel like they don't give enough off, do they? I mean, it'd be really nice if we could just get into this pile. Wherever that's going, there's loads of stones. They're just constant stones. I mean, you wouldn't want to stand under that with an hard hat unless you had an hard hat on. But yeah, we need some stones, don't we? That has got to be the next aim. Last thing we do, though, we clean off the tractor. And I've actually been really enjoying this because this thing, you can now move about. And I know I've seen a few people mention it, but it is about time we can do this. This is well overdue. For me, who does the Farmhand roleplay series, this is perfect. It really is. So you can jump off. And what I really like now about when we're jet washing, the tractor, even when it's not raining, it goes, it looks like it's been jet washed, which is just super. Look, you can see it already on the tyres going wet. And it's small changes like that why I'm really happy with FS25. Just can't wait now. Now that GE10's out, we're going to get all the mods flying out. I've already talked about, Calms coming hopefully next month, if not January. It'll definitely be sent, though, to Giants from what Oxy's saying in December. So, yeah, the rest is up to Giants at that point. Let's just hope it doesn't get sent right before they go on a break. Because I'll have a lot of people saying, can you just stay in for a few more days? I don't know. No, look at that. How much better does that look? And if we just go up, you can see that if it did have a bit of dirt on it, would say in that. Oh, so we know that's fully clean. But look at that. Much better. Much better. But yeah, I'll leave it there. I think that's a good spot for me to end the video. An update quickly just before I end, though, on what's scheduled next week. Going back to the farmhand on Friday, so this video comes out on Friday, but I'll be recording the farmhand on Friday. That'll come out on Saturday. Then I'm taking a day off with the family on Saturday, so no videos will come out on Sunday. But on Sunday, I'll be recording the farmhand again. Hopefully, depending on how long that takes me, it'll either come out Monday or Tuesday. But as soon as that's done, I'll get back to my information videos. The next information video is going to be sheep and goats combined into one. And then I'll be back on this series and we'll get through it. And as soon as Oxy sends me Carmson, I'll do some Let's Plays on that. And we can do some bug testing and everything as well. And hopefully it'll work perfectly. But yeah, it's looking good. Next week should be a good week for content. I'm trying to keep this kind of going where I'm making one video every day on the channel. It's sometimes, you know, difficult real life commitments and all that good stuff. But I am trying my very best. So if you're enjoying the video, let me know by hitting that thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator. See you, everybody.